IPOB Disassociates itself from the defamation against Professor Mike Ozekhome, praises the senior advocate for his previous contributions. The indigenous people of Biafra IPOB movement has denied knowledge, involvement, and further condemning the calumny character defamation directed towards the former lead counsel of the IPOB leader legal team, Professor Mike Ozekhome San, and the current lead counsel of the IPOB legal team, Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. This was contained in a press statement issued by the IPOB Directorate of State's Press Secretary Mazi Okadigbo Chinwendom on late Tuesday, 12 August 2025. The statement described the targeted calumny as an impugn on the integrity of the former legal representative of the IPOB leader, and as such required the affirmation of position of the IPOB leadership pertaining the false allegations. The statement reads, "It has become very imperative for the IPOB Directorate of State's, DOS, to make certain clarifications on an important topical issue that is currently going on in the social media. The DOS wish to state without equivocation that the IPOB has nothing, absolutely nothing, against Barrister Mike Ozekhome San. On the contrary, we had commended him for being the lead counsel that secured victory for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the Nigerian Court of Appeal Abuja on the 13th of October 2022. This clarification has become necessary as a result of statements and write-ups circulating online, some of which impugn on the integrity and professionalism of Barrister Ozekhome San and emanating from quarters mostly unknown to the IPOB leadership, and could be misconstrued as being the position of the leadership of the indigenous people of Biafra. It is important to remember that not long ago, certain siblings of the IPOB leader accused the previous legal team, headed by the aforementioned duo, of being accountable for the inability of the current legal team to secure the release of the imprisoned IPOB leader. In their complaints, they stated that the legal team led by Professor Mike Ozekhome, who achieved the significant ruling that discharged and acquitted the IPOB leader, deliberately neglected to implement legal measures to guarantee that the judgment was honored by the federal government, and instead traded the IPOB leader's freedom for an honorary title from the federal government. Professor Mike Ozekhome has also refuted these claims by providing documentation related to the judgment and the subsequent stay of execution order, which was illegally obtained by the federal government to force stop the unconditional release of the IPOB leader. In light of this, the IPOB statement not only backed the claims of Professor Mike Ozekhome, but also revealed how his efforts to secure the release of the IPOB leader following the judgment delivery was heavily sabotaged. With the very credible information at the disposal of the DOS, we are aware of the genuine effort expended by Barrister Mike Ozekhome San and his team of lawyers for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and how those effort was deliberately and consciously sabotaged. Thus, the DOS wish to assure the SAN that the IPOB leadership and the generality of Biafrans has nothing but respect for him and his team of lawyers that secured the positive judgment of acquittal at the appellate court for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Finally, the statement urged the general public to ignore false stories emanating from quarters and individuals who has no recognition nor possess informed knowledge on how the IPOB institutional structure functions. At the risk of sounding repetitive of what is already in the public domain, IPOB is a movement with established structures and institutions. The affairs of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, are managed by these internal structures and institutions of IPOB. Views of writers unknown to the IPOB leadership or even individuals that are identifiable do not represent the position of the IPOB movement. We stand on a high moral ground and truth in the pursuit of our freedom as a people, and it is only on this truth we shall lay the foundation of the new sovereign Biafran nation. Family Writers Press International.